Earlier in the 5 o'clock hour, a chance to listen to Stephen Wells and Claudia Tenney. The really a bit of a promo for Monday's big debate. It'll be here on the radio starting at 7 a.m. on Monday. I'm very excited as the three candidates vying for the Republican seat, the Republican nomination for the congressional seat currently held by Richard Hanna. That is Stephen Wells, George Phillips, and Assemblywoman Claudia Tenney. They'll all be here in the studio. Have you thought that out? Have you thought it out? I think we need a mic stand maybe over near me with a separate mic for the panelists to ask the questions. You put them right over there. That's my thought. We probably should have talked about this off the air, but hey, let's do it now.
Well, I was going to have the candidates there and then the panelists here with a mic
here. You could do that
here.
also. Yeah, you could do that.
I don't want to stand for 2 hours.
Yeah. But you're going to be moving people in and out, though. You don't have to stand. Let them stand. Let the panelists stand. They get to come in and out. You see what I'm saying? They don't need to...
well, that'll take time, though, if they have to keep getting up and moving to the mic.
No. Not if Andrew's right behind them pushing them. So this is going to be exciting. What I want to do, though, is to make sure that we get the three candidates on TV as well as the radio. This is going to be exciting.
Yeah.
And I don't know what's going to come of it. It's one of those events that they've been talking about each other for weeks and weeks, and now here they are in studio, all three of them together, face-to-face, in one debate. I'm extremely excited. Monday morning, starting at 7 a.m., it's the big congressional debate. Pretty cool. All right, we have a lot to get into here today, and I would say Monday could be just very procedural. It could be very polite, the whole thing. It could be all about the issues. But it could also, we could get some fireworks. And there's my transition.
Not in Oneida County.
As my transition into a really savvy, politically savvy move by the Oneida County Legislature.
I had no idea that this was the way that this was done yesterday. And
it wasn't yesterday. It was the day before.
Or the day before.
When the legislature met, they were anticipating the veto by Tony Picente, and they made a move.
Unbelievably brilliant.
So here's their move. When they did, do you know what happened?
I don't.
They did
no
not.
matter what
Christine
side,
got a bell for her comment.
They
though.
did not. They did not. What would the actual verbiage be? They didn't adjourn the session. They agreed to adjourn Monday at 5. Had they adjourned, they would not meet again until after July 4th.
Uh-huh.
Therefore, anticipating Tony Picente's veto of the fireworks bill, which would legalize these low-level fireworks in Oneida County. So what they did is by adjourning until Monday, they get to come back in and just cast their vote on Monday, and everything adjourns at 5 p.m., and that vote would be to override Picente's veto of fireworks. Folks, it seems to be substantial. It was like 18 to something.
It was 18 to 5.
18 to 5 in favor of fireworks. So that type of vote right there would definitely override the county executive's veto, which
16.
was yesterday, by the way, he vetoed.
Right. You need 16 to veto. And I had no idea that procedurally that was done. And when you told me yesterday that was done, I thought, regardless of which side of the debate you're on, strategically, that was
brilliant.
A brilliant.
Yeah, it was really.
move.
I didn't know they had it in them. I kind of am impressed.
Who came up with that?
It's so funny. You'd think it would have been such a more controversial topic, but it's sparklers is what it's all about.
It is a very controversial topic.
I mean, well, I guess it is, but it's just.
I'm told it is called, and thank you, Julie. It's called suspending the meeting. So instead of adjourning the meeting, they suspended the meeting. And it'll be a meeting in waiting for these legislators to come back in and ultimately override Tony Picente's veto, which came yesterday.
So we should do that with the show. We should just not really go off the air on 9 o'clock.
Christine, sometimes I feel like when my phone begins to ring after I get off the air, the show is just a continuation, just in my car. It's just in my car.
People calling you.
They're in my backyard. Sometimes it's in my backyard.
It's true.
Last night I'm doing some outdoor painting. I'm trying to paint, and I'm taking calls, and everybody wants to pipe. This one wants to pipe in about Trump, and this one wants to go on. And then I'm getting text messages from Jim Zecca. The world doesn't stop for us here at 9 a.m. Oh, Lordy. All right, we'll get into that. Also, Smith Packing sent over some hot dogs and sausage, locally made, right in Utica, and we thought what better way to handle that is to grill them up here and invite people over. If you want to come over, I brought some buns, and I think we have condiments down the hallway, and we'll just grill some hot dogs and some sausage this morning. It's Friday. It's going to be beautiful, sunshine, and 70. They're saying 69, but I'll give it a 70. Even yesterday, while chilly, was okay.
I'll blame the county board for this one, too. And just in case Allison's wondering, you've suspended your diet now until Monday at 5.
I believe I have, yeah. Well, maybe I just won't
It's a
have
diet in waiting.
I just won't have the bun with it. That's supposed to be healthy. Willie Waffle coming up a little later on here. We have Julia Rose. She's a former WTR reporter. What's the topic on where is she now? She's in Kentucky, right?
She's
the Ali issue?
Yeah, she's now working in Louisville, and she's been covering the memorial service yesterday, and she'll be covering the funeral today.
Louisville?
Louisville?
Listen, I lived in that part of the country. If you say Louisville, you'll be.
But it's Lua is how they really Louisville. Like you've got something in your mouth.
Yeah, right, yep.
Also, the New York State Craft Brewers Association is holding their big event tomorrow over at the FXMAT Brewery. And the Paul Leone is the head of the New York State Craft Brewers Association. He's coming in this morning, and he'll be bringing some beer. That'll go along really well with the sausage and hot dogs from over at Smith Packing, and a lot more. Also, we talked last hour with Assemblywoman Tenney about the fact that the Conservative Union had endorsed, the American Conservative Union had endorsed George Phillips, the other conservative in the race for Congress. And she really ripped into them pretty hard, by the way, pretty harsh in an interview she did with the Post-Standard, but she confirmed it here, calling them a disgrace and a social club as well. Anyway, the head of that, Matt Schlapp, is going to be on the radio later on this morning. He's on to talk about Hillary, but we're also going to squeeze in the details on this congressional race and what his thoughts are. Why endorse Phillips over Claudia Tenney? And keep in mind that the ACU endorsed Claudia Tenney back when she ran against Richard Hanna. So it's going to be interesting. We've got a lot to get into. I have a free money question of the day, $100, $200, or $300 in cash on the way. Chubby Checker tickets to give away as well from the Turning Stone Resort and Casino. It's Friday, going into a pretty nice weekend. Hold tight. Here's Christine with an update